I went and did it real good today, boys. I went and I basically blew up my account. Well, not the full blow up, but we did a 50% blow up. We lost $2,000 today. This is not the video that I wanted to be making, but I'm going to show you when I mess up. I'm going to show you the real battle, and I want you guys to see what happens, how dangerous it is to trade these types of stocks, and then just the emotional battle. The FOMO, it got me. I had a pretty good entry. I had a plan. I had a stop loss. Well, the plan went out the window. I basically said, hey, screw the plan. I'm holding this. I don't care. And then I finally cut my loss for a full dollar drop. And then the best part is the stock bounced back to my entry. I don't know what's worse. I honestly don't know what's worse. Selling for a big loss or watching the stock go back to your original entry. I'm going to show you guys the live trade here. You'll see the full just emotional breakdown. I had an emotional breakdown. The emotion was real today. Not that I can do, but to show you guys the truth. There's no excuse. There's no excuse other than me not cutting my loss. I had a good plan. I had a stop loss. I had it all in my head. And like I said, I just did not follow the plan. And this is exactly what happens. This is how you blow up your account. This is how you lose money in the market, by not following the plan. I should have taken the $500, the $900 loss. Should have taken the loss, and I should have regrouped. I should have came back. Oh, I coulda, shoulda, woulda. There's so many coulda, shoulda, woulda. I should have shorted it. I should have not traded it. I should have walked away. Oh, there's so many things I could have done differently. I'm going to show you guys the full breakdown here. The full breakdown. The stock breakdown, and then me just not doing what I should have done breakdown. Keeping it all transparent here and showing you guys. A little bit more of a pullback here. Not looking like we're going to get it. Was hoping we get one more little pullback down there to 1120 area. Looks like it wants to run here. Up there above high of day at 1176. Was watching it here at the 1090 area. Was thinking we might get a little bit more of a pullback. Was hoping for 1075 would have been a beautiful entry for me. But there it is. Just not getting down there. Being a little greedy today. Probably should have just jumped in there at the 1090. I was thinking, oh, maybe we'll get one more little dip here and then push back up. Volume was kind of low at the time as well, but should have just jumped in there at 11. Looking for a little bit more of a pullback. Take it there at 1156, see if I can get filled. Now let's hold 1140 area. Let's just push back up there to 12. Buy a little bit more there, 1145. See if this can't push. Hold that 1130 area there. I got 2,000 shares there. Looking for this to push back up there, 1175 or higher, up there to $12. Looking for this 1140 area to hold, push back up there. My average is now 1149. So get back above 1150, put me back in the green here. It's not working out there. See if we can bounce back above. A little bit of a spread there. All the way down to 11 now. I think we can push back up here. Give it a little bit of time. 11 will be my final stop here. So looking for BPI to push back up here from that $11 area. Looking for us to push back up there towards 11. Nice little push back up there, 11.15. Let's see if we can get something to pop back up here. Looking to find some support here on the EMAs on the 5-minute chart there, but just not finding it. And looks like I'm about to get just out of this thing. I had a chance to get out for a lot less. Wow, BPI jumping back up there to $11 right after I sold there at 11.50. I had to get out. Just cut my loss there. Was just watching this 1060 area. Once that broke, I had to get out. And you can see all the way down there to 1040. Talk about a day here. Not really how I wanted today to go. This is what happens when you don't cut your losses. I said 1136 was my stop loss. What did I do? I held it. Why did I hold it? I was emotional. Did everything wrong. Did everything I shouldn't have done. My entries there were fine. The 1140 entries were fine. I don't feel bad about that at all. But my stop was 1136, and you can see it dropped right through 1136, and I should have gotten out right then. I should have been like, hey, I'm out. Got to get out, Patrick. But instead, I was stubborn, and this is what happens when you don't get out, when you don't sell, when you don't cut your loss, and you lose money. And you can see losing $2,000 today. It's that simple, that easy, really. And luckily for me, it's not gonna. Luckily for me, it's not gonna kill me. It's not gonna ruin my life. It's not gonna end anything, and I'm gonna be okay. But that's it's a hard one. Definitely a hard one. And then I think the worst part was when it actually popped back up here above 11, and I could have gotten out for like a $900 loss, but again, I was being stubborn, being greedy, and got the pullback down there to 1050. Well, I think overall it was just a little bit of FOMO. I really wanted to buy here at this 1094, at the 1090 area earlier when it dropped below 11, and then it pushed all the way up there to 12. I think that's really, what I wanted. And then once I had that idea in my mind, or once I missed out on that move, then it was just like, couldn't get over the FOMO there. So I'm just going to go ahead and close it out here, walk away, and just live to fight another day. Live to fight another day. So there it is, showing you basically just not following the rules, having a plan, not doing what I should have done. And this is exactly what we talk about, the emotional just battle. Even when you have a plan, even when you think that you can get out, that you can do these things, and then stock, kind of just drops on you, or you get this little move, and then you start thinking about the profit, and then all you want to do is just get the profit, and then it's all just, the FOMO gets you. The worst part about the BPI trade was that I didn't get in on my original entry, and that would have been an easy, $1,000 in profit, maybe less. We'll just say I would have been green. Obviously, it's easy. Hindsight's 2020. So the big problem really was I had already kind of missed out on that first entry, and I had watched the stock run up there to 12. I thought, okay, I'm basically telling myself that I should buy. Emotionally, mentally, I'm thinking, hey, I got to get in on this because I already missed out on the first move, and I got to get this break over 12. We got to make some money, and that's exactly what I don't need to be doing. I need to stop thinking about what the stock could do. I should have really just been looking at the stock at that point, seeing that I missed out on that first entry, seeing that it got to 12, and then it was already overextended. It was the top of the wave, but instead, it was just really easy mentally, emotionally to be like, hey, I missed out. The FOMO, I got to get in on this. I can't miss out on this next move over $12. It's going to go to the moon. And you saw exactly what happens when you basically do that. So it was me putting my emotional spin on it and verifying with myself, telling myself, hey, this is going to happen. I need to get in here. I don't want to miss out on that. I don't want to miss out on this move because I missed out on the last one. So I think that's really what happened today. Just the emotional confirmation. Me basically telling myself what wasn't really there, or, clouding my judgment and not really looking at the stock, not really looking at the overall trend, the breakdown. The one thing that's very important, if you're going to buy the dips, if you're going to buy these pullbacks, you have to get out, because if the stock does like it did on BPI, pulling back, you have to get out. This is not, I can't jump in there on the first pullback and then not cut my loss if it goes lower. I need to get out right away and then look for the next opportunity. What could I have done differently? Like I said, I got to cut my losers. I got to cut it out. I got to cut it out. So that's really what it comes down to, not validating my emotional reasoning to buying into the stock, but really just focusing on the technical, on the actual chart. And that's really, I think, what I did today. I just kind of emotionally verified to myself, like, hey, I need to buy here because I missed out on the first move. The FOMO was real, but instead, you just cannot trade like that, and that's how you lose money in the market. That's why a lot of people lose money. It's not because they don't understand day trading, they don't know how to buy, when to sell, stuff like that. It's because when you miss out on a move or something happens that you thought would have happened, and you kind of miss out on that, your mind starts to then tell yourself, like, oh no, you need to do this. Oh, it's okay. You can buy it over. You already missed out on the last move. Oh, you can hold it. So now you're rationalizing these things that really can't be rationalized. It really just comes down to the chart, the pattern. Just have to control my emotions and not let my emotions cloud my judgment. And that's really what it comes down to here. So hopefully you guys can see what happens when you don't cut your losses. Why it's so important to cut your losers. I always say this. I can preach it all day long, but if I don't follow it, what's the point? Because it's not going to be good for me. So that's really what it comes down to. And I don't know. I'm going to live. I'm going to keep living here. I'm going to keep fighting. We'll keep going. Not going to give up. Don't worry about that. We're still going hard in the paint, and we'll figure it out. We'll get going here, and we'll make it back. We'll make it back. I'm not worried about it. It's going to come back. There's going to be another stock that's going to go up, and it's going to be an opportunity. And then when that happens, I'll be ready for it. So that's all we can do. I'll talk to you guys later on.